Hello students, here is our lesson 7.2. So today we're going to talk about solving linear systems by substitution method. And when we're using linear systems, we talk about graphing, we talk about finding the solution to the system, but now really we're going to have to deal with equations and substitution method to get what x and y variables should be equal to, so that x and y variables will give us the solution to the system. There are three major steps of solving linear systems by substitution, and I am going to show you. They are in my notes, so this is what your notes also should look like. You should write down those steps. So when we solve linear system by substitution, step 1, solve one of the equations for one of its variables, for x or y. And you will see that when we start working with the equations. So you always pick one of the variables to solve the equation if it's not solved already for that variable. Step 2, you will substitute the expression from step 1 into the other equation and solve for that variable. Step 3, we will go back and substitute the value from step 2 into the revisit equation from step 1 and solve. So I know it sounds so confusing, step 1, step 2, going back and forth, but let me show you. It's actually a pretty easy model, but those are the steps that you have to follow, you know, in general as a literacy form. So let's take a look in algebra. How do we substitute those forms, expressions, and what do we do? So look at the first example. We have a linear system y equals 3x plus 2 and another one x plus 2y equals 11. Step 1 told us that we have to look for equation that is solved already for one variable. In this case, we know what y is equal to. So y variable is equal to this whole thing. You're gonna grab this whole thing and you're gonna substitute down here into the second equation for variable y, because this is what y is equal to. That's why we need to substitute it here for y. So how do we do the substitution? You start copying the second equation as x plus, then we have 2 times. Now this whole thing goes inside the parentheses. 3x plus 2 equals to 11. Here's my equation. I have only one variable x, and we're going to solve the equation for this variable. Always make sure if you substitute correctly with the right letter, you should have only one variable that is unknown, and that variable will be, you know, exactly the same, not x and y, but just x or just y. So how do we solve the equation for x? Well, step 1, we'll apply distributive property here. So I will say x, and then I have positive 2 times 3x will be plus 6x, positive 2 times positive 2 will be plus 4 equals to 11. So once you're done with distributive method, next thing will be you have to look for like terms. We have 2x terms here. First one is 1x, second one is 6x. So 1x plus 6x will give us 7x plus 4 equals 11. Then we'll keep solving. I will subtract 4 from both sides, cancel this, so 7x equals 11 minus 4 will be 7. Final step, we will divide by 7 both sides, so x equals 7 over 7 is 1. Make sure to simplify if it's possible, so you can get the smallest number that is valuable in solution. So what do we do? This was our step 2. So we did step 1, we substitute the value for y into the second equation. We get what x is equal to, but we still don't know what is y equal to. So now this value of x, you're going back to the equation that you circled, the first one, and you're going to substitute x down here with number 1. So let's calculate y. So y will be equal to 3 times, again, instead of x, you get the value for x1 plus 2. So y will be equal to 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2, y equals 5. Now I can write down my final solution for this system will be x is 1 and y is 5. That will be the final answer and solution to the system. Okay, so let's do another one. Following the same 3 steps, look at those 2 equations. First one is 2x minus 3y equals 1. The second equation is x equals 6 minus 4y. So if you think about which equation will be good to substitute, well, this one is already variable x equals to one whole thing. So I can grab that and just substitute it over here and start calculating. So we will begin with 2 times inside. Now instead of x, we put 6 minus 4y. Then we have minus 3y equals 1. And I always check to make sure the variable is the same. I don't have different variables into the equation. And then I can start solving or simplifying. Distributive property, 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times negative 4, negative 8y minus 3y equals 1. Negative 8, negative 3y are the 2 like terms. So 12, negative 8 minus 3 will be negative 11y equals 1. Next step, we're solving for y, so I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. Those cancel. Negative 11y is equal to negative 11. Final step is to divide by negative 11. Both sides, those cancel. So y equals positive 1. We get first variable of the system solutions, y. Now, remember, you go back to the circled equation to substitute y with value 1 and calculate what x is equal to. So x will be equal to 6 minus 4 times y is 1. So x is equal to 6 minus 4 times 1 is 4. So x equals 2. Once you have both variables, now you can write down the final solution, x and y. So x is 2, y is 1, and that will be the final answer of this problem. Awesome. If you need to pause it, pause it. If you think you're getting it, keep going with me. But make sure you write down those steps. They are important. Step 1, begin with this. Step 2, substitute with this. And step 3, substituting again. And final step will be to write the solution. Okay, next example. Number 3. We have given 6x plus 35 equals y and 5x minus 2y equals negative 35. So let's take a look. We're looking to those 2 equations, and again, I've seen the first one has only one variable y, that I can grab this and substitute it into the second equation down here. So I'm going to start with the second equation, 5x minus 2 times, inside the parentheses, we'll put 6x plus 35 equals to negative 35. Okay, we're going to start solving. So 5x, negative 2 times 6 will give me negative 12x by distributive property. Negative 2 times 35 will be negative 70 equals negative 35. 5x minus 12x, 2 like terms, which is negative 7x minus 70 equals 35. Add 70 to both sides. Those 2 cancel. Negative 7x is equal to 105. Final step is to divide by negative 7. So x is equal to, I'm going to pull out my calculator quickly to get this answer. So 105 divided by negative 7 is negative 15. That will be the first value for x. And we're getting this value, and we're going all this long way back to the first circle problem into the system to substitute for x. So it will be 6 times x is negative 15 plus 35 equals y. Well, 6 times negative 15 is negative 90 plus 35 equals y, and negative 90 plus 35 is negative 55 for y. Okay, since I have my x and y coordinates, I can finalize the solution. X is negative 15 and y is negative 55. Great, we're done with next example. Alright, number 4, the last one for today. We're applying the same steps. We have another system, and I would say go ahead and try this on your own. What do you think? I think you should be okay by now. Let's try this. Try on your own and come and check with me after you're done with the example. Alright, well, welcome back. I know some of you probably kept the video going, but hopefully you understand the main concept of this substitution method. So here's variable x itself, very well laid down for us, and I will substitute over here into the first equation. So 4 times 2y minus 6 plus 6y equals 4, and both variables are y. Awesome. We apply distributive property, which is 8y. 4 times 6 will be negative 24 plus 6y equals 4. 8y plus 6y is 14y minus 24 equals 4. Plus 24 on each side. 14y is equal to 28. Divide by 14. So y is equal to 2. First point. First coordinate actually of the point. Now we are grabbing y and we're going back to the circle equation to get x. So x will be equal to 2 times y is 2 minus 6. X equals 4 minus 6, so x is negative 2. And the solution for this, x is negative 2 and y is positive 2. Final answer. Alright, well, that was the last example. So today we have discussed the linear systems, solving linear systems by substitution method. So the main focus today will be when you have given the worksheet and the examples, you have to look for equations that has only variable on one side of the equation, which means it's already solved for you, and you can grab what is equal to and easily substitute into the second equation, find one of the variables, then go back to the circle equation, substitute the value of the first variable to get what will be the answer for the second variable. Once you have both x and y, then you can finalize the solution and write down as order pair, because remember when we discussed graphing and you had two equations that cross each other and they have one solution, the crossing point is the order pair that is solution to the system. So thank you very much for watching the video. Let me know if you have questions, and we'll discuss that. So thanks again. Bye.